Hey guys, I got a couple of minutes before they're going to share me into the group with Grace Creations and Inspired by Grace. So hang tight. I'll be with you in just a minute. I'm watching Jessica finish up. She's making, what's it called? Fake food is all I can think of. But she's made some cupcakes. I've been wanting to do some fake food stuff, and I keep watching people, so y'all may see me do something this holiday season. I've got just one more minute before I'm going to be shared into the group, and then we're going to get started, y'all. Look at that. Wasn't that smart? She used a little finger protector to put over the bottom of the icing tip so that the spackling doesn't dry out. That is a pretty cute little tip. So you can always count on Jessica for having some good tips. Actually, all the people in this group have been crafting for a while, and they have lots of good tips to give everybody. So as soon as they share me into the group, I will get started. I actually started on my, all right, let's see what we got here. 6 o'clock. All right, so let's see what's going to happen here. For some reason, it seems to take a while. I'm pretty excited to do this project, y'all, that I'm going to do. All right, let's see what we got. Jessica's still live. Okay, let's see what we got. Oh, there we go. All right, y'all, we are live. We are live. Come on in. How is everybody? I am excited to do this project. Hey, Jessica, you did a great job. Was that a finger protector for hot glue that you put over the tip of that? Is that what you did? I had the volume turned off. Hey Angie, how are you? Come on in. Good to see y'all. What a great time. I've been wanting to do, what's it called? Fake food? There's a more eloquent name for it, but I bought like some sprinkles a couple of years ago with hopes to do something with fake food is all I can think of, and so now you've inspired me. Maybe I will, thanks for sprinkling me out there, Angie. Y'all come on in. I am going to do the Stencil Smith stencil, and I can't show you what it looks like because I had to start it. The last time I did one of these projects, it took me 2 hours, and unless I'm going to do my segment and the next person's segment, I don't have enough time to do that. So I will show you what I did. I don't know. There you go. Y'all can see this. This is what. Hey, Cindy, come on in. Hey, Shelly, good to see you. Come on in. So this is the stencil that we're going to do. It has snowflakes on it, and I wanted to get it started because it takes a couple of coats. Now, I will tell you what I did. If you can see this side over here, it's black. And I'll tell you what, I don't know if I could recommend this enough or not. This stuff is by Gaffrey Art Material, and it is called Base Coat. One coat, y'all. one coat. I went from, I'll just show you I mean, y'all know what a blank canvas looks like. But anyway, I just went from a blank canvas, stark white, one coat, to go over this entire canvas is all it took. And so I'm going to do this side over here so that y'all can see, you know, what I did on the rest of this. And then from there, we're going to move forward. So let me, where is my brush? So this is the stencil. Can y'all see it? It's a stained glass snowflake. And I'm pretty excited to see how this is going to turn out. So I've got a, it's called, the company is called The Stencil Smith, and I am an affiliate with them. And I do have a, oh boy, that needs more paint in it. I do have an affiliate link, so that'll give you 15% off if you're interested in this. All right, so here we go. What we're gonna do is y'all come on in. I know, y'all are gonna love this if it turns out the way I want it to. Hey, Cindy, come on in, y'all. Come on in, Shelly, Angie. All right, so I'm gonna come over here, and what I'm gonna do is I'm going over this black section. This is Gaffrey. It's called Gaffrey Base Coat, and I took a whim and I bought it. This is like Gaffrey has like professional paint products, and what's the difference between professional and just craft paint is that it has more pigment in it, and then you don't have to put on as many coats. Like right now I'm just using craft paint, Deco Art craft paint. If I had the Gaffrey white base coat, I could probably cover this in one coat, but this is going to take me a couple of coats. The size canvas that I have, I didn't have the perfect size for this. What is it? Hold on a minute and I'll give you the measurements. I am so excited about this. All right, this is 18 by 11. 11 by 18. And anyway, this is a medium size stencil. It comes in medium, large, and extra large. And I don't have a crafting space big enough to do a large or an extra large stencil. So I went with the smallest one that they sell is the medium size. So just to let y'all know. And I will post a discount, a 15% discount code if anybody's interested in getting this. But this is going to be fun. Oh, let me show you one that I already did. So this is the stained glass nativity. This is how it turned out. Didn't that turn out gorgeous? All the different colors and everything. So this is the same company, and they have a whole line, well, a whole line. They've got like 6 or 7. Hey, Amanda, how are you? They have like 6 or 7 different stained glass stencils, and y'all, I just love them. I just love them, love them, love them. And so how's everybody doing today? How many of y'all have been watching all the crafters today? A lot of really fun things that are going on. A lot of variety too. That was what was fun for me, is that everybody's doing something different. Now, if those of you who are not familiar with working with stencils, I'll tell you why I painted everything black. And then I'm going to go over why I'm going over everything in white. All right, the colors that I want to use. All right, let me bring this up to show you. All right, so I did this one. I did the background of this in the Gaffrey base coat. Highly recommend that you get it if you are going to do any black backgrounds. It is a one and done, one coat, and it's really nice. It's got a little bit of a shine to it. But anyway, I wanted black in between where the, been busy today with answered prayers. Hey, yay, praise God. I wanted in between the colors to be black, so I needed to paint the background black. And then when I lifted the stencil up, the parts that are left behind is the black. And that's what's going to happen with the stencil that I'm working with today. Is I want black in between the different parts of the stained glass look. Now, if you want white or another color, then what you're going to do is you are going to paint whatever your background color is going to be the color where, let's see if I can show you again, where all these lines are, that's going to end up being black. So whatever you want your background, whatever you want this color, like, you know, that connects the different pieces of the stained glass, that's what you paint your background in. And then the reason why I'm going over this in white is because if I just do my paint on top of the black background, it's not going to show up. Okay, so I've got to bring it back to a neutral color so that these lighter colors will show up. And I need to dry it in between coats, because otherwise all I do is push the paint around. Now, why am I doing this part here in white? Because I think the color, I'm either going to use blue or purple. I haven't decided yet. I'm going to wait until it finishes out, and then we'll see which one we like best. All right, so there is one coat there, and then I'm going to turn this around, and we're going to do another coat on this side. I knew that I wouldn't have time to do like 2 coats of this, so I thought, well, I'm going to just go ahead and get started with it. And then, because the last time I did a stained glass stencil in an event, I didn't have time to finish it, and so I wanted y'all to be able to see this. And then on the 19th, I think it's the 19th, it's next Wednesday, we are going to have a fundraiser for a crafting friend of ours, Lisa, and I'm going to do a cardinal with birch trees. So if you like this, and that's going to be up for auction so that we can help our friend Lisa with some of the medical expenses that she's having to go through. So this just kind of an FYI. I guess I could pull it up and show you what it's going to look like. All right, let me get this dry. This is the first time that I've used this brush, and I love it. All right, make sure that's dry. I'm going to put another coat on top of this, but I want to go over the snowflakes one more time. And then I think what I'm going to do is I want to do like a pearlized look on the snowflakes so that they have some shimmer to them. So let me get a little bit more. Now, for those, if you are new to this kind of stenciling, what we do is we load the brush. You saw me put it in the paint. We load the brush, and then we offload it. And the reason why we do that is so that the paint doesn't bleed underneath the stencil. If you put too much paint on there when you're stenciling, you'll push the paint underneath the stencil, and you won't get those crisp lines. And that happens. It still happens to me. All right, y'all. Let's see what we got here. Need a little bit more. It looks like I've got a couple more spots that I could use to have a little bit of extra white paint, and then we're going to move on from there. This is a nice big brush. This is a 1 1/4 inch brush that I'm working with, and you can see that it's covering a lot of ground with just a few swipes. The other day I used a smaller brush. I forgot that I had this big one, and tonight I was like, oh, I need to pull that big boy out and see where we go with that. All right, so I'm just using Deco Art Americana, the Snow White. I think the next time that I do this, I'm going to see if I have anything in the Gaffrey paint that that'll give me better coverage. I wished I would have bought the base coat in white, but I didn't. They had the black on sale, and I thought, well, let me try this. And I'm glad I did, because it was definitely a purchase well worth the money that I got on it. All right, so I'm just trying to get all of the, make it so that our colors are going to be nice and crisp when we get ready to put them on here. And this is like the 3rd coat that I've put on here, at least. So you can see the difference in the Gaffrey paint versus the, boy, it's like a workout. The Gaffrey paint versus the craft paint, big difference. All right, here we go. And we're gonna, this color here is to be determined. I don't know if I want to do it in a light blue or a light purple. I might go with the light blue. And if you notice, what I'm doing is I'm going from the stencil onto the mat, because I don't want to go up against the stencil and push the paint underneath there. All right, so this is what we have. I don't know if y'all can even notice the difference or not, but there is a little bit of a difference. All right, so there we go. Let me make sure that I've got this. This is a 14 by 18 inch Soho canvas panel. I get these from, what's his name? Jerry's Art Drama. They have sales on these, and I just buy like a whole bunch of them, and then I have them in stock. I like to work on the canvas panels. Especially when I'm working with the stencils that you use a brush with. All right, so I'm going to just kind of wrap this up in a wet paper towel, put it in a bag in case I need to come back and use it again, as opposed to putting it in my water. And then I think I want to start with the white. So let me get, I'm going to use kind of a this is an essential stencil brush, and I'm going to go in here. I want the snowflakes to be kind of a metallic, so I'm going to use a white pearl, the Deco Art Dazzling Metallics. Whenever you're working with the metallic, you want to put a matte layer of paint underneath it, because the metallics are kind of translucent. And so if you put, like, even though I'm doing white, all right, let me move y'all back a little bit. Even though I'm working with white, the metallic white is going to be translucent. So I'm going to load my brush. I'm going to push that paint up into my brush and offload it. And then I'm going to come over these snowflakes. I'm not sure what's going on there. We're going to come over these snowflakes. Something's coming out of this brush. All right, hang on. I'm not going to do that again. I'm going to give it a, see what we got here. I'm Not sure what that was all about, but we don't want to mess it up from the beginning, right? All right, here we go. And so this is going to just give it like a pearlized look. I'm going to go ahead and do the snowflakes first, and then I'm going to do some accents over top of them. And I'm going to take and I'm going to load my brush, and then I'm going to offload my brush. Now, for those of you that are new to the Grace Creations and Inspired by Grace, this is an event that I'm in that is with Grace Creations and the sister group Inspired by Grace. And anyway, if you are not a member of that group and you want to get notifications, then we would love to have you. Oh, this is going to be pretty. So make sure there's a link at the top of my page, up at the top, that you can go to and click on that link, and it'll take you right to the Grace Creations page. All right, so I'm doing the snowflake first because I'm going to go around all of this with color, and I want to just do some highlights on top of the snowflakes. So I got to do those first. And I don't even know if y'all are going to be able to see this or not. Can you see? Yeah, you can see it. You see the shimmer in it? There you go. See the shimmer in it? So we've gone from a matte to a just a pearlized color. And I've got a couple more snowflakes up here. I can't wait to see how this is going to turn out, y'all. I just opened this today. I ordered it, and I thought, oh, I had another whole plan of what I was going to do for today. I was going to do a Christmas card, and I did a Christmas card last night, and I'm kind of in the mood to do that. And I thought, oh, well, I've got another pattern that I could do. And so that's what I was thinking about doing. And do y'all change your mind when you go live? I mean, it's like I change my mind all the way up to when I actually go live. All right, here we go. Probably could use a smaller brush. I don't think this is going to matter. But just in case, I'm going to take... This is a insert that I get with my Essential stencils. And I use it as a blocker. And in that way, it doesn't go off into areas where I don't want it to go. All right, I think that's going to be good. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, I think I missed these two here. Maybe I did. How did I do that? Okay, here we go. We're going to come over here, and we're going to get this guy here. Kind of curious to see if I can put this over top of some of the colors and still not take away from it. So I might try that and see what happens. We want our snowflakes to be shiny, don't we? All right, here we go. I'm going to come up in here. I went off on this some, so we'll see what happens. All right, I'm going to come over here. Now, I will tell you that the Stencil Smith has done a really good job of giving us like a nice wide border between one section and the next section, so that you have plenty of room to swirl or pounce or whichever method you like to use. I typically like to swirl. I don't know why. I just know that seems to be what works best for me. All right, so here we go. All right, I'm going to save this just in case I decide. All right, so I'm going to wet this paper towel, and then I'm going to just wrap this up in here. And I'm going to put this in my bag with the other brush that I put in here. And the idea is that it should keep the bristles moist so that if I need to use it again, I'll be able to do it. All right, so from there, I am going to get a smaller brush. Let's see which one I want. I'm going to come over here with these domed brushes. And I think this is going to be a good size for this. Let me get one of the darker ones since I'm going to be using. Let's try this one here. Okay, these are like really soft. Can you see how soft they are? I don't know. Really soft little brushes. All right, so I'm going to go in and we're going to go in with the blue. I've got a blue here. And again, I have a pearlized blue that I'm going to put on top, but I need to go with the matte first so that it'll cover everything. All right, so here we go. I'm going to go in with this light blue, and we are going to do, okay, I'm going to load and then I'm going to offload. And this is where it's going to take us a little bit of time. Oh my goodness, it's already. All right, so here we go, y'all. We're going to go along the edge here. Let's see what I want to do. Let's do this one next. And this one is supposed to be blue. So let's do this one blue. And this one, all right, let me see here. Where is the, all right, let me do this way. This is backwards. All right, so I'm going to go, let me put this down. I'm going to come down here. I'm thinking I need to switch this since I started it. Hold on a minute. I got to think this through. So this one's going to be blue, and then this one will be purple. So I'm going to go ahead, and I'm going to just go over that with purple. I should have had this one blue here because I'm going to be thinking my way all the way through this. All right, so here we go. This is going to just be easier, and I can go back over that. All right, so here we go. We're going to come in here, and then this one here is going to be blue. So we're going to take, I might speed through this, y'all. We'll see. I'm going to just go ahead and go all the way down. And then we're going to come back and we're going to add highlights over this. And these little domed brushes from Essential Stencil make it so that you can get in these small crevices, little small spaces. All right, here we go. And then this is going to come down here. I'm always rushing to beat the clock. So that I can get done before I sign off. so that y'all can see how it all turns out. This is going to be pretty. All right, then this block here is going to be blue also. All right, so I have found that it works better for me if I go with the lighter colors first and then come back with the darker colors. That way, a lot of times I can use my same brush. All right, so there is that. So now I need to go up here. And what I'm doing is I'm going around the perimeter and then following all right, let me turn this way. And each time I'm going to load and then I'm going to offload. And if I don't offload enough, I'll end up with paint underneath the stencil. I'm excited, y'all. I'm so excited about this. All right, let's see what we got here. Looks like this is going to be, I'll come back to that. I'm going to just do the perimeter first so y'all don't get confused with what I'm doing. Hey, Melanie, good to see ya. Hey, Carolyn, welcome. Thanks for joining us. All right, here we go. So if those of you who have not seen me craft before, the name of my page is Nothing is Wasted Designs, and it was the name that that the Holy Spirit gave me when I started crafting online. And it comes from John chapter 6 verse 12, where Jesus was feeding the 5,000. And he told the disciples after everybody was full to go and collect the leftovers so that nothing was wasted. And one of my life verses is all things work together for good for those who love God and are called according to his purpose. So I just thought that was really cool because it falls in line with, all right, I think I want to do this in a light purple and this in a light purple, and then we'll come back with some blue highlights. So I'm going to leave that alone. Let's see what we want to do. For this side is going to be a dark purple. All right, let me finish the edges. All right, so I got to make sure that I have this turned up the right way. So this is the perimeter here. This is the perimeter here. This is part of the perimeter. And this one's going to be purple, so we're going to come in here with the blue. Oh, and this one's blue. I'm going to be using blue, purple, a light and a dark purple, a light and a dark blue, and then of course the white. So just real simple colors. All right, so we've got that. Now we're going to come up here on the side, and I'm going to offload some in the middle just to make sure that I don't get too much paint underneath. I like geometric patterns. I'm not good with geometry, even though I was a math teacher, but I do like geometric patterns. All right, so we're going to go all the way around this perimeter here. And it kind of helps if you divide this into sections, like the perimeter, the center, this line here, and this line here. Y'all are going to love this. Oh, I can't wait. I have a Santa Claus that I want to do too. There's a Santa Claus. I didn't get the Christmas tree, but there is a Christmas tree. I did the nativity scene, which I love. And let's see, what else did I get? I got the snowflake, oh, a cardinal, and then the 19th, remember, put this on your calendar. On the 19th, I'm going to do a stained glass cardinal. So, and we are going to auction that off to help raise money for Lisa, who is one of our crafting friends. She does everything for so many people. This is something that we can do for her. So save your money. Oh, I didn't do so bad. This is actually supposed to be blue. All right, good. 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 Thank you, Lord. All right, and then we're going to do, this is going to be the perimeter. This is the top. And I highly recommend that you clean your stencils as soon as you can, because it's so much easier to do when you do it right away. Ask me how I know. All right, so now, let me make sure. All right, see what we got? So we've got the perimeter. So now what we're going to do is we're going to go in here, and I've already done this line here, and then we've got another line over here that's purple, but I want to make sure that I get all the blue sections done first. So let me make sure this is right side up, and this section here is going to be purple. I'm going to come in here, and this is going to be blue. So let's go ahead. I'm doing the light blue first, and then I'm going to come back with some dark blue highlights. How are we doing on time? Ooh, 35. All right, so that, and then we're going to come over here on this snowflake. All right, let's go up top here. And like I said, they've got some nice big lines in between, separating in between. The colors, so that you don't have to use an itty bitty brush, but I may have to go to a smaller brush for some of these other spaces. Okay, so we've got that section there, right up here, and then we're going to come back and we're going to do some highlights on top of that. But I want to get all the blue sections done first. All right, we're going to do this section here. I might be getting better at this, because I'm already going faster than I did on the nativity scene. The nativity scene took me 2 hours. Okay, and then I'm going to come in here. I'm going to grab a smaller brush. I'm okay with this spot right here. But I'm going to take this smaller brush and go in this little section here. See this one? This one's like little teeny tiny. It is 5/25. 5/25? That can't be right. 6/25. And then this way I can go right up to the edges. So that I get all the way in the nooks and crannies. Because this brush here is just a little bit too big for that. Have any of y'all tried any of these stained glass stencils? Hey, Lindell, how are you? Welcome, welcome. Always good to see you. Right, I'm going to come back with this brush and go up to the edges. Okay? All right, so we've got that. Now we're going to go in and I'm just going to kind of clean some of this up a little bit. Now that I've got the little brush out, just taking it right up to that edge. And the color paint that I'm using, is this it? This looks like it. Is turquoise? Must be turquoise. All right, yeah, this is, we're gonna need to get this all the way up to the edges. So these brushes here are from Essential Stencil, and I have I'm also an affiliate with them, also with a discount code. All right, here we go. I don't know how I missed all of this over here. But I sure did. Good thing I decided to go back over it. All right, let's see what we got. Just cleaning this up. How we doing on time? Ooh, 20 minutes. Oh no. It's going by fast, y'all. It's a good thing I did all the extra prep work. I think we're going to just barely get in under the wire on this. All right, let me look at it, see if there's anything else that needs to be dealt with. All right, looks good. All right, so we've got that. Now we're going to go and, all right, we're going to do, I think I'm going to do this in a light purple and come back over that with blue. And let's go ahead, and then I want to do this in a light purple. So let me get, all right, let me get these in some water. All right, I'm going to put these in a brush and just leave those over there for now. All right, let me get another brush, and we're going to go with purple. This is going to be a dark purple, so I'm going to do the light purple first. All right, let's do the light purple. And what I have, just a lighter purple. And we're going to come, excuse me, we're going to come in. Let me see where the top is. All right, there's the top. So we're going to come over here. And this section here is going to be purple. I don't use a lot of purple. So when I do, it's like, why don't I do it more often? But it's just not a color that I think of off the top of my head. I tend to go with reds and blues. And all right, this is going to come all the way down here. It says who has the brushes. Karen, you have these brushes? They're great, aren't they? After me, today is going to be Giselle with Your Craft Cottage. She's going to come on at 7. And then Karen with Magnolia on Madison Creations is going to follow at 8 o'clock. And you're going to want to refresh your page and make sure that you watch them, because they're going to give you lots of tips and suggestions of things that you can do. And along with crafting ideas. So you are going to want to hang out for the next 2.5 hours, refresh your page, and see what's going. All right, so we're going to do this in here. This is going to be light purple. really all of the crafters, y'all. If you missed any of the others, you'll want to go back and watch the replays, because there's been a lot of really fun things that have been created today. All right, here we go. I'm going to pounce this because it's such a small space and I really could use a smaller brush. So I'm going to pounce it instead. All right, I'm going to come back around. And this guy here. Okay, so we've got that. All right, how are we doing on time? Oh, 16 minutes. All right, so we've got that. And then I think I want to do these in purple and come over in blue. I think that's what I want to do. We will see. We're gonna just go with it. We're gonna make the call and see what happens. We want it to dry before we go back over it with the blue. Hopefully the blue is going to show up over this. Okay, that's got to be filled in. I'm like, why is this all this extra white in here? Okay, so we got that one. Now we're going to come around and we're going to grab this. This is actually going a lot faster than I thought it would. All right, let's see what this guy is going to be. This is going to be dark purple in here. That's going to be dark purple. And then this area in here is going to be light blue. So let me grab my light blue. Make sure that I've got the top right. Okay. And so this is purple. This is going to be blue in here. Wait till we get the highlights in here, y'all. It's going to change everything. This is blue. Just going to kind of cover it up with my finger. Blue. 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 And blue, okay? And then I think, all right, these are going to be blue. I'm going to have to go with the smaller brush there because it's really not going to fit there very well. All right, let me get my smaller brush. These mini brushes from Essential Stencil are just incredible. I have I think I work with about 3 or 4 sets of them at a time. Because I like to have a different brush for every color, and then sometimes you need, like you see, I've got one color that has 2 different sizes of brushes. Let's get this little spot in here, this little spot in here. And I'm going to just go ahead and use this brush for this area here too. Okay, all right, we got that. This is going to be that. And then this is going to be blue in here. So here we go. Like I said, they've given you some, the Stencil Smith has given you some really nice wide division sections. All right, here we go. trying to get to the highlights. I don't think that's going to take as long, but I want to get there so that we can take this off. Okay, this is going to be dark purple, so let me turn this around. Y'all see what we got so far? And we're going to come in here with the blue. Now, if I would have not whited all of this out, these colors would not pop like this. You have to white this section out if you're working on a black background. If you want white to be in between the colors, but you wouldn't be able to do that with the snowflakes. All right, let me get this little guy here. All right, let me get some more blue. Make sure that's the right color that I used. All right, this one, this one. All right, we're going to come in here. Y'all wait, y'all just wait till we unveil this. All right, so we've got that. Okay, now I've got to come in here, and all of this is blue in here. Divide it into sections, however you see it. All right, let me spin this around. You might see it differently than I see it, but you go with what you want. But this is a fun one. This is really fun. It's really more fun if I'm not rushing, because I just really like the process. All right, let's see what we got. I think I got all of that. I got all of that. I got the perimeter. Now what we need to do is we need to go in here with a dark purple, and I'm going to do this with a brush that is, do I want this size? This will work. All right, so now we're going to come in with, this is called Purple Iris from, it's a Social Easel. Oh yeah, this is going to be pretty. Look at that. Nice dark purple. All right, here we go, y'all. How we doing on time? Oh my gosh, I only have 10 minutes left. Ooh, that's not dark enough. That is not dark enough. That is not going to work. I need it darker. All right, hang on. We may have to go with plan B and see if I have a darker purple. Is this darker? Looks like the same color. Oh, it looks like the same color. No, I need it darker. Oh well, here we go. I may have to, yeah, this is not dark enough. I needed it a little bit darker. All right, let me see. I wonder if I put a little bit of black or brown in here, what it would do. It's not dark enough. It needs to be darker. All right, let me see. This might be a mistake, but I'm going to try it anyway. I'm going to take just a little tiny bit of black and see. I'm going to get a different brush in case it doesn't work. And I'm going to take a little bit of this purple and a little, yeah, that's what we need to do. I need it like a deep plum is what I need. All right, that's better. So we're going to mix some of this. I'm going to take a little bit of this black and throw it in here, because I really need it like a dark plum. Never fear, right? All right, let's see what we got. Oh, that's good. That's what I need. All right, you see how I did that? Just a little bit of black in there. All right, we're going to go over this. See, now I've got a nice dark plum. That's what color mixing, learning how to color mix makes a difference. You're not stuck with the only colors that you have on your palette. There just was not enough difference between these two. All right, I think what I want to do is I want to do a mix of these. I'm going to start with the light, and then I'm going to go over it. I don't know that I'm going to have time to get this done. All right, let me put the some more purple in here, because I'm getting a lot of black. All right, there we go. And then I'm going to come over this. It needs to be dried. All right, let's see what we got here. I may have to pull this up and just show y'all what we have at the end. And I'll have to finish it offline because I don't see where I'm going to be able to get through this. That's the color I need right there. And it seems to work best if I take the light color first. Where is it? Go over this and then come back over it with the darker color. All right, here we go. Still needs a little bit of black in there. It's not quite dark enough. Oops, I may have put way more than I needed in there. All right, here we go, and then I'm gonna mix this up. We need a dark, dark plum. All right, let me get a paper towel. All right, it's a little bit blacker than I want it, so let me mix this up. All right, that looks good. There we go. That looks better. Make sure I get this offloaded enough. I'm trying to hurry so y'all can see what this is going to look like. All right, I get another. How we doing on time? 3 minutes. No. No, no, no. Stop clock. All right, I'm not going to have time to do the highlights. It does not look like. I'm going to try and get some done, but we'll see where it goes. And I may just have to finish this up offline. All right, I'm going to go with the darker blue highlights. And hopefully they're going to be dark enough. All right, so this is what I have. I got, oops, that's purple. I'm going to go with the smaller brush. And let's see how we want to do this. We're going to go here and here. come in here. Just kind of get some of these corners. How we doing on time? How we doing on time? I got 1 minute. All right, I'll have to do this and then open this up for y'all. And then I'll just have to finish this. All right, let me unlock this. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to do this like on a hinge and just lift it up, and then I'll be able to put it back down when I'm done. Okay, so you can see the highlights are up here. I'm really not done with it, and then I want to do a border. I haven't decided if I'm going to do the border in blue or... All right, come on. It's glued down. There we go. But I want y'all to see what it's going to look like before you leave. So this is what we got. Isn't that awesome? I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. And then I'm going to come back and I'm going to do more highlights. So that's what we have. I'll put this back down. Make sure that you refresh your page and go and watch Giselle with Your Craft Cottage. Let me show it to you one last time. This is what we have. Isn't that gorgeous? And that's why you want the black background. The black background really makes it pop. All right, y'all. Thanks for watching. Refresh your page, and I hope you have a great night. I'm Julie with Nothing is Wasted Designs. If you're not following my page, I'd love for you to. Y'all have a great night. I love you, and Jesus loves you more. I really appreciate y'all hanging in there with me. All right. Bye, y'all.